So last night on Discord, I asked you guys what you wanted to see from now on in relation to Apxt stock, because you guys did love the Apxt stock videos that we made in the past. So for tonight, we are doing an update because you know what, we have seen the price actually go even further down, and I think it's important to talk about what I do predict from now on and whether I think is a level point to get in right now. So of course, if that sounds like a good video plan and you haven't already, please do subscribe and like the video, because of course we are trying to get to 100,000 now. I know it's a very large goal, but you know, if we could just take it in small steps, let's work up to 2,000 now, and then we've only got about 98,000 to go. So I'm sure we can do this one in the next few years, and let's just get it done as soon as possible. Like I said, if you do want to come join us in the Discord, link to that is in the description. Other than that, let's get on with the video. So of course, if you do want to see some, actual fundamental analysis on Avepoint stock or Aptx stock, or why it is relevant right now, and I did actually foreshadow some of that just a second ago, it's because the merger with Avepoint is coming up, and of course we all know how these patterns with mergers go. They generally pump up a company very well, and then they sort of lead to a deflation afterwards, but even at that point, the price is probably going to be at higher than what it is right now. So I think when we saw the first initial piece of news coming out regarding that, we saw the stock price shoot up to this high of $15. I think from there, a lot of people had sold off with a nice profit, to be honest. The profit was about 50% plus, so of course we can imagine why these people have sold off, and it just makes sense. And of course, subsequently, we have though seen the stock price dip, but of course, looking into the more recent time period, we can see how stark this dip is, and what it really means to the company. So is now a good time to buy in? I think it's definitely on a knife edge right now, but it does look like the company could potentially be making its way back up in price. If we have a quick look at the company's price point, we started off the day on 1541, and you know what, we finished off the day on 1418. And of course, if we look at the pattern of where this happened, most of this did happen, around 10 a.m, finishing off about 10:15. That's when we saw the majority of the sell-off stop. I think a lot of this is simply due to the fact that, when the markets open, a lot of people are rushing to sell off from the previous nights and whatnot, and I think subsequently a lot of people got fear, sold their positions as well. Not necessarily something to worry about, as we did see the stock price actually stable out from there, and towards the later part of the day, we saw the price rise a little bit as well. So looking at this for the future, is this one a buy? For the long term, I do consider it a buy. I've made loads of videos on the stock because you guys do love our videos on the stock, and I will keep updating you on it if you guys do want to see it. But yeah, I do see this one as a buy. I'm sure you guys who have watched the previous episodes do know why. For the long term, I definitely see this one as being a potentially good company to watch, definitely. But going in at this price point, it definitely depends on which model you're going for. I think if you're going for a long term or a short term, it's probably not a bad point in my opinion to get in now. We could be looking at a even steeper dip tomorrow, but I think it's just hard to say. I would like to see the price go back up tomorrow, but it's one of those ones where I would definitely wait until past 10 a.m. tomorrow to put in your orders and whatnot, because we just don't know where this one is going to head. Anyway, yeah, for the short term, it's definitely a decent position to get in because hype regarding the merger is still not too high in my opinion. I do think that we've got a lot of room to move with when it comes to hype, so we could see the stock price go even higher potentially. Well, actually probably into the future months. Looking at this from the long-term perspective, definitely a solid company to hold. But there's two ways to look at it. It could potentially be a good way to get in now, before the merger, as we will see the price increase throughout the merger, but it will probably drop off after the merger. So you could say it could be cheaper after the merger, but I think at that point it's probably a bet. So it's ultimately up to you on which way you decide to go. It's up to you anyway, because of course I am not a financial advisor, but I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please do leave that like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.